Szanowni Państwo, zapraszam na kolejną rozmowę z ekspertem. A moim gościem będzie Mensink, dyrektor generalny Europejskiej Rady Przemysłu Chemicznego CEFIC. Łączymy się w tym celu z Brukselą. Marco jest już z nami. Hi Marco. The first question, one of the key assumptions of European Green Deal is to achieve climate neutrality by 2050. There's also EU industrial strategy. What will be the role of chemical industry in achieving climate strategy, climate neutrality in all that? What will play a key role in the industrial transformation? What do you think?
Thank you for the question, and hello everyone, and thank you for listening. From Brussels, CEFIC, Marco Mensink, Director General. I think there's two sides to the question. One, no one can achieve the Green Deal or climate neutrality without the chemical industry. It's going to be our chemicals, our materials, which in the shape of solar panels, windmills, new technologies, electric cars, batteries, hydrogen, shape the future. New chemistry, new technologies, which are essential for every other sector and every part of society to meet the Green Deal. And maybe a big example there, for example, refurbishing of houses is going to be a big issue in the coming years. The second part of the question is we'll need to reduce our own emissions on site. It will mean a complete transformation on our energy use. We'll have to look at new technologies in our own sites as well. But please see the two sides of the medal. It's a massive business opportunity and it's a massive challenge at the same time.
Okay, European chemical industry has been losing its competitiveness for long years and global market share, that's obvious. But why it's overregulated, especially compared to some other regions of the world, like Asia, for example? There is a new goal, Green Deal. What will be the key challenges and opportunities for European chemical industry related to European Green Deal? What impact will it have on the competitiveness of the European chemical industry?
We're at the starting point of the Green Deal right now, and COVID has made a huge difference. So before COVID, we had a plan. Now you have the Green Deal plus the largest state aid recovery package in European history, which will do pretty much 550, 600 billion on Green Deal investments in the coming years. Now, the challenge, I think you can only define as, can we make sure that the money we now invest in our own future in Europe actually ends up with European companies, European workers, European countries, and we don't outsource those solutions to China as well. Now, we've lost competitiveness globally. You also see some of our own companies are active in China for the Chinese market, in South America for the South American markets. So there's a benefit of the globalization, and there's indeed a pressure on the European industry as such. On the Green Deal, I think we're at the crossroads to make one of the most important decisions coming. Europe goes Green Deal, Europe goes climate neutral, European industry needs to benefit from it and be given, one, the opportunity to transform, the time to transform, the support to innovate and transform, and secondly, the European economy needs to make sure that when the new materials are bought, when the refurbishment takes place, it's actually European companies reaping the benefits of the efforts they now have to do. If we can get that right, we'll also be more competitive with global markets, as we would be ahead of the curve with others in technologies like electric cracking, hydrogen, or chemical recycling.
How the chemical industry survived COVID-19? What do you see about the perspective? What kind of perspective you can see for prognosis, a forecast? What do you see? What do you think, Mark, about that?
The last months, the last half year has been really tough, really interesting. But if we now make the balance of this first phase of the COVID crisis, you can see the chemical, pharmaceutical sectors have been very resilient. We're actually the sectors with the least amount of people in technical unemployment in Europe. Of course, we had a first big impact in the beginning with Italy. Then we worked on the disinfectants. We looked at the green lanes. We tried to keep the transport going. But all in all, you see an industry which at the moment is minus 6% below our expectations. Having said that, a very diverse picture as well. Automotive has real challenges, that's clear to everyone. Supermarket packaging is doing quite well. There's another impact as restaurant food is down. Agriculture, sort of stable. Pharmaceuticals, disinfectants, as you know, have been growing in the last months. What you've seen as well is that with the low oil price, mostly European crackers perform better than in times with high oil prices, and that has helped us. Now, long run, you have the global chemical outlook saying the use of chemicals will double in the next decades, which European challenge to grab our size of that global market development. Shorter term, we think there will be a benefit of the recovery package. Refurbishing of houses, construction is going to be very important. Bringing automotive demand back is important. Challenges remaining probably around aviation and the markets there, and on fuel, jet fuel, passenger transport as well. We believe it's going to take at least the next 2-3 years to get back to the old levels. We also believe, and we're proud of that, our industry has been very resilient, and people have seen how essential we've been for society. If I can make one final remark, this has only been possible of the cooperation in the sector in overcoming the Green Deal challenges, and that's where federations like the Polish National Federation, but also others, have been instrumental to keep Europe open for business and to make sure that our companies could go through this first very challenging phase of the crisis.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Marco. Szanowni Państwo, gościem rozmów z ekspertem był Marco Mensink, dyrektor generalny Europejskiej Rady Przemysłu Chemicznego, CEFIC. Dziękuję.